Team fights is incredibly risky. It is a high risk, high reward sort of strategy, whereas on the side of Team Indonesia, they have one that is easier to pull off, and each of their heroes are a little bit stronger individually as compared to their counterparts. However, if Team Vietnam are able to pull this off, we could be seeing a very interesting upset today as we enter the land of Dawn.
Yeah, right now this is the second game, Indonesia and Vietnam. As of right now, we can see Keyboy over there looking to actually reset or slow down the buff, but with the absence of the jungler in the purple side, he understood, like, you know what, it doesn't matter. I don't have to stay here for a very long time.
Yeah, that's a very smart play from the Paquito, as the Iron Hook going to be catching out Mio in the backline as well. That's just a little bit of a mistake. He should not be walking in a straight line at this point, but not too big of a problem for Vietnam yet, as they're able to secure their first buff. They give up on the Little Wonder.
Oh, we look at Albert going very, very aggressive early on, forcing Mio to actually recall. And that is with level 2. Once he has his cutthroat, I can imagine that all hell will break loose.
Yeah, we know that Indonesia, very aggressive in the early game. They want to get that snowball. They want to get that momentum. So in the next few minutes, we're going to start seeing them make some moves across the map. Vietnam, though, they just want to take their time and get farm onto Mio as well as No. These late game heroes are going to be their win condition.
And speaking of win condition, Indonesia, they're really winning in terms of the gold lane, because CW, he has a lot of his HP remaining, and Noah is having a very difficult time to actually secure any type of farm. Every single time he goes in front, he's going to be pushed back. The damage coming in from Brody is going to be very, very strong. And here we go, Fanny securing the... No, he did not. The Paquito secured it.
Yep, Dugnam gonna be able to take that away as he tries to engage onto CW, but Corrosive Strike gonna make short work of that plan. In the EXP lane, Naan is just completely losing out to R7. Dirov being a very oppressive EXP laner, forcing the Benedetta back as he now saves up the Abysm Strike, nearly getting the kill.
That was actually, if he managed to get that kill, that would have been so nasty. But the thing is, he delayed it just to make sure that not only did he delay the recall, but makes it easier for him to push because the minion is there. And for the side of Vietnam, there's nothing that he can do right now. Indonesia, they're controlling the map. Right now, they're controlling the riverside to secure this turtle by themselves.
Yep, and you can see in the top lane as well, CW getting first blood against the Beatrix, and that is with the Paquito helping out his gold laner, so that means that their jungler not going to be in position to take the turtle away, giving it over to Albert, who now wants to steal away the enemy orange buff.
And right now we can see that he is there, but Keyboy is waiting just in case Albert needs any kind of protection. But Albert is there, forcing against Mio, cutthroat onto the Xavier, and the Xavier has nowhere to go. Albert, with no more energy, will not push for more kills.
Literally nowhere to run for Mio on this Xavier, just instantly going down. But now Keyboy out of position, finally giving a kill over to Team Vietnam as Dugnam picks that up. He wants to defend his tower against CW, as now we see Gennard coming in on top of Luminaire. He has Fatal Links, but he is choosing not to use it. No backup, uses it, try and pull Albert under tower, but it is not enough as CW picks up the kill on the Atlas.
Yeah, he's probably in the mindset that I'm gonna die anyways, might as well try something, but unfortunately, it was not enough. Indonesia right now, focusing on the gold lane, focusing on pushing out of the lane itself. They managed to secure all of the gold plating that is there, and Indonesia right now is pushing really hard, making sure that this Beatrix will not be a factor, at least for the first 6 minutes of the game.
Yep, this is already familiar gameplay we are seeing out of Team Indonesia. They've already built up a sizable 3k net worth lead only 4 minutes into the game because Team Vietnam are trying to over-rotate to deal with them. R7 now caught out of position, going to be feeding a kill over to the Benedetta as Nok-An now going to be the target of Albert, coming in with the steel cables. Luminaire providing backup will be able to pick up that kill.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can see how R7 was not able to run away from that situation, but other than that, Indonesia right now is still again playing a controlled type of game. Yes, they're getting the gold lead, but they're not really forcing situations. If it seems convenient, they will go for it. If not, it almost feels like Indonesia, they're actually playing slow, but at the same time, they're kind of making sure that things happen the way that they do want it to happen.
And that's exactly what's been happening so far in this game. Mio nearly getting the turtle steal, but looks like it's gonna cost him his life as the killing spree goes over to Albert, who just zooms down mid lane to pick up a free kill on this really low mobility enemy mage hero. Nok-an gonna be using his ult to clear up the bottom lane, buying time for this team to pick up the top tier 1.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because from the side of Vietnam, if they really want to protect Neo, they kind of have to wait. Oh, hold on. We can see Paquito going in front. He's going to be suppressed. He's going to take a lot of damage, and he's going to go down to R7. Going in on 4 members on the side of Indonesia. That was a bad call to face check that bush.
Yeah, Dugnam did not realize how many members were in there, and now Iron Hook gonna pick up No as well. Beatrix falling to the side of Team Indonesia. 2 easy kills going their way very, very quickly. This means that Vietnam, again, is not able to exert pressure over the map, allowing CW to pick up a free tower.
Yeah, and we look at Albert going in. That's nothing that Mio can do, and he's still flying around with the steel cables. And look at Keyboy making sure that he gets the jungler from Vietnam. Not enough to get the kill, but still enough to make him understand, be careful, I can catch you.
Yep, but we're already seeing a pretty dire situation for Team Vietnam at this point. CW are going to be using the flicker to get on top of No. Forces out a torn apart memory, giving the killing spree just barely. That was just enough damage to be able to pick up that kill. And again, Vietnam, they're just not in a position to fight.
Yeah, and again, who's going to stop Albert? Like, if it comes to a situation where Gnart as well as Dugnam is moving with Mio, sure, there is crowd control there. You can potentially punish Albert. But until that time comes, there's not much that Mio can do. He has the flicker, but in every 2 minutes, even your flicker is not enough to actually face up against a Fanny.
Yeah, I can't help but feel that Team Vietnam's movements overall are incredibly fragmented. Even though they seem to be moving together most of the time, Team Indonesia always able to find a pickoff, and because of that, Team Vietnam are never able to fight at full power. Because of that, they've already amassed a pretty notable 7k net worth lead here 7 minutes into the game. This is becoming a very bad spot for Team Vietnam, and now they're making something happen.
Yeah, looks like they were able to catch the jungler from the side of Vietnam off guard using the invisibility to making sure that they secured the kill. And right now, 10 kills over to 2 with a very, very sizable lead in terms of gold as well as map pressure. Indonesia is again setting themselves up for a very, very convincing win.
Yeah, but Vietnam, they still have tools to be able to take this fight. They're going to be heavily relying on this Fatal Link setup coming out of Gnot. But if he is able to do so, they have enough AoE damage to be able to follow up on it. And a play like that would instantly turn the game around for them. They just need to be able to find that opportunity. It's just unfortunate. Team Indonesia, their positioning, I don't think they're going to ever let that happen.
Yeah, and again, it has to be said that there's nothing that's really happening where you can really stop Albert. And even if you do find an answer for Albert, well, Luminaire is there. It is a late game Sicilian. He is going to hurt. And right now, Indonesia, they're just waiting for the minions to come by. Vietnam, they are moving as 5, but still, it is a very, very dangerous situation. They're just waiting for Gnart to get a crazy Fatal Link, but, you know, that's an if. And Luminaire having that Purify, making sure that at least he is able to survive, I kind of feel like, yeah, Vietnam overall, they need Indonesia to make mistakes.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult to do so, though, because now Albert, we just saw that he has picked up his immortality as well. So not only was this Fanny already difficult to catch, he now has a second life. Vietnam, their task just becomes more and more difficult as time goes on. And now that the First Lord has arrived, Indonesia already in position around the Lord Pit. They have a lot of damage. We'll be able to take this out quite quickly if Vietnam do not try to counter.
Yeah, Vietnam over here, Gnart going to the front, and he is gonna get locked down. Look at how fast his HP went away. Albert, he has the immortality, but he has to be careful. And look at the position of Dugnam. He is staying in that bush. Keyboy, it looks like he knows what's going on. It looks like Keyboy knows that the Paquito is there. He's trying to force him out, and he is going forward. Look at how Nok-an is trying to get kills over there, but I don't know what happened, but I feel like the Paquito just secured a kill. He managed to get CW, and R7 tries to get a kill, making sure that he at least gets Mio. But a return kill. Team Vietnam is actually getting kills over here. Albert secures the Lord, but a team fight will pursue again. Albert getting another kill, unstoppable for this Fanny. But looks like he got popped by the Beatrix. If it's not for his immortality, he would have been gone.
Some slight mistakes coming out here from Team Indonesia, giving over kills to Team Vietnam that honestly they should not have been able to claim, but they are still able to pick up the Lord and take some pretty beneficial trades in their favor. Getting kills in exchange for pops on their immortality at this stage of the game is going to be quite valuable, because the more objectives they're able to take away from Team Vietnam, the harder it will be for them to get their farm, to scale up and actually defend against Team Indonesia's powerful late game.
Yeah, but it looks like we cannot underestimate the damage coming in from the side of Vietnam, because apparently the Paquito can still dish out a lot of damage, and that Beatrix with Wesker is amazing. It's crazy. Even Albert could get potentially one-shotted if he does not have that immortality.
Yeah, so it's gonna come down to how well Noah is able to position against the steel cables right now. A test of mechanical skill against mechanical skill to actually be able to out DPS the enemy jungle. Conceal now going to be popped down. Not gonna be going for the fatal links onto the Dirov. Gonna be able to pick him up, but Albert now jumping in the backline, wants to kill on top of the Beatrix. R7 still alive. Killing spree going over to Franco as they pick up one more, as well as one going to Luminaire as they get a 3-for-0 trade. How does R7 survive that?
Yeah, it's crazy, but I like how Albert now understands that, okay, I've done enough to Mio. Right now I'm gonna focus on the marksman, and now I'm gonna focus on the jungler. Albert just finished off his Blade of Despair. If that was not enough damage before, it's gonna be enough now.
I think this is an instant indication to other teams: do not give Albert access to these high mobility assassins, because he is going to make full use of their movement speed to just exert pressure across the entire map. Dawning Light now being used by Mio to scout out the purple buff. He knows where Team Indonesia are, but at this point, Team Vietnam, they are being relegated to just the confines of their base.
And looking at how Beatrix already has the Blade of Heptasis, kind of makes sense now how it can deal that pop amount of damage, but that's not consistent damage. It's just the first initial burst. So it's still very good, still very good. You can pop anyone that tries to go up against you, but it does create a situation where no matter what, Vietnam kind of has to play a more, I would say, hiding kind of style. Initial damage, then try to run away. They managed to get R7 over there, and we can see how Indonesia, they want to fight in the back line. Albert managing to find Beatrix, and Beatrix is gonna go down with the cutthroat. But look at that, Paquito is there. The damage is not enough to take down Albert, and he has to go away. Good positioning, instinct coming in from Albert, focusing on the Beatrix first.
Yep, Indonesia identifying an opportunity to counterattack. Even though they lost R7 there, they knew that Team Vietnam were way out of position, getting 2 free kills, translating that to a Lord. Albert now going to be chasing down Duck Nam, trying to buy time for his team to follow up, but taking a bit too much damage from the enemy jungle will force Albert to back off.
Yeah, Albert right now is focusing fully on the damage output, so there's not much sustainability in terms of defensive items or even getting any kind of spell vamp, so he has to be a little bit more careful. I feel like if he has the cutthroat, he can kill basically anyone. It really doesn't matter who, but he has to wait for that cooldown. Until that comes up, be a good boy, and then just farm up and then push the minions.
Yeah, but I think Albert playing this confidently is definitely warranted, because if you look on the side of Vietnam, they really have not drafted much crowd control to deal with this Fanny. And now Gnar gonna be spotted out by Keyboy, forces out the Fatal Links right into the Dawning Light, but he's still alive. Gonna be doing a lot of damage as now Albert comes in, gets the Legendary Streak on top of the Atlas. Lord now pushing in bottom lane, already taking out the bottom inhibitor. 4 members of Vietnam still alive, will be able to clear this up as the Iron Hook misses, but the bad impact, doing a lot of damage to Mio, forcing him back to base. Indonesia take the mid inhibitor as well, and they are pushing straight through. They find Knock On, but he's able to get him out. Matt, they get the Iron Hook on top of the Beatrix, pull him backward, gets the kill over the CW. Only true survivors coming out from Vietnam, but no minions for Indonesia to be able to end this game, so they're going to just say bye-bye.
Yeah, but it's still staying in the base. You want to get as much as they can. Gunnar, look at the amount of damage that he just absorbed for himself. The Iron Hook almost managing to catch someone up, and the killing spree over to the Brody. Gunnar managing to get 2 people from the side of Indonesia, but it is not enough. Indonesia is going to focus on the crystal. It is going to be a clean 2-0 for Indonesia.
Just no contest at all from Team Vietnam, and that means that Team Indonesia winning 2-0 against their first opponents here in the 31st SEA Games are going to solidify themselves a very comfortable position to qualify for the semi-finals tomorrow.
Yes, but after this, Team Indonesia will be going up against Singapore, so they're gonna play back-to-back games. We're gonna see whether this is a comfortable situation for them or not. But overall, good game to both Indonesia as well as Vietnam. We can see good sportsmanship coming in from both countrymen, giving, showing their respects to each athlete respectively.
I understand that this is probably going to be quite heartbreaking for the hosts, Vietnam themselves. They are going to be the hosts of the 31st SEA Games. Seeing their team lose 2-0 at this point is a little bit unfortunate, but they put up a very